Welcome back. It's been a hot minute. Apologies for that. Been a lot going on. I moved house, which means I haven't got a drive or a garage anymore. So that's fun. We've had a road trip. You'll see more about that coming soon. But I thought I'd give you a quick update on where we are with the old Nugget 19. She's still going, still driving it. Struggles to start now and then. But yeah, she still goes. She took me 2,500 miles around France and back up. And there was a couple of things, minor things. The engine fell out, minor. And the fuel tank was leaking if I had more than half a tank in it. Again, minor. But she did really well. Cruised around France, back in her home country. So I was super pleased with how she did. So what's been going on then? What have we been doing? Well, no surprises. The last video we did, it was took her for an MOT. She got through the MOT just got through the MOT. She needed a couple of patches of welding underneath just to make sure that it was solid. So patched that up. But apart from that, there was nothing major. So yeah, MOT time, that was it then. It was tucked up for a couple of months until the time came to take her around France for a bit of a spin. There was a couple of things that I did after the last video that I haven't shown yet. Obviously I struggled with the drive shaft, got that fitted. One new drive shaft fitted. With much swearing and much toys coming out of the pram. But got it fitted. What I didn't show you was that it actually needed a new wheel bearing on that driver's side. So I had to take the hub off. I gave the hub a paint and refurbished it and stuff and fitted the new wheel bearing. And I also had to fit a new tie rod and tie rod end to that side as well. So I managed to get that fitted as well. And yeah, I got it all tracked up. And it was good to go. She's been driving well ever since. I also fitted a nice new set of wheels to it. I took the deep dish wheels I had on my MX-5 that were down on my Clio to go to the Nürburgring back in September. But you know what? I think they absolutely suit the car really, really well. I'm super pleased with it. Well, my maiden journey went from about where my van is there to just in front of that car there, because it turned out that the calipers were rubbing the wheels somewhat. So I got two choices. I can put spacers on, but they're 15mm, and I don't think they'll fit the arch. And also with the spacers, I'd need to machine this down because it wouldn't fit over the top of it. Or what I've done is I've just shaved the caliper carrier slightly. I think now this should fit. So let's see. Well, that is one free turning wheel. That'll protect itself after it starts rusting, so we're good. Here we are in the middle of November now, so the last update I did was the MOT back in April. I moved house in June. It was kind of semi-renovating it over the last few months. We did the road trip in September. Here we are mid-November, still driving it around. Currently stands at 417,000 miles, which is just phenomenal really, if you think about it, for a little nugget like this. Original engine, original gearbox. A couple of things that I've noticed with it. The starter motor is pretty much dead. I really struggle to start it, getting in it now. It's just not engaging with the flywheel. I have to kind of start it in gear just to kind of get it to engage. So it does need a new starter motor if I'm going to carry on driving it. It's not ideal. A couple of other things then. So the oil, I noticed that checking the oil around France and the oil was really thin. It was like a grey colour as well. So I do need to change the oil, which I might go and do today actually. I'm currently on my way to Greg's. So I need to change the oil. I haven't changed the oil since before France. And I've done another 100 or so miles in it since France. So yeah, it definitely needs new oil. It needs a bit of a tidy up in here. It's still road trip ready. Still got all my road trip stuff in the footwell ready to go. Apart from that, it needs a thermostat. It doesn't really get warm, which in the winter months now, we've had a couple of cold snaps at the minute, -4, etc. But it's not getting warm, so it's not particularly pleasant to drive, you know. But apart from that, those little minor things, it just keeps going. It just keeps driving, keeps plucking away. Oh, the other thing that I did was I fitted a nice new sound system. So I've got new speakers in the doors, new speakers in the dash, new speakers in the rear shelf. I've also got a 12-inch sub in the boot with an amp as well, and a nice new Bluetooth head unit. So sound system in here is absolutely packer. I love driving this thing just so I can put some bassy tunes on. So what can we say walking around? I mean, she's still a little bit low in the back because I've got a boot full of stuff. Nice and low on the front. It looks really good on these wheels, you know. I really, really like the way that it looks on these wheels. I had maybe a minor incident in France in an underground car park where this bollard, or this pillar that was in the middle of the car park, just jumped out in front of me as I was going around the corner. Boof, into the driver's side wing, and headlight. Don't know where it came from. These French underground car park pillars just jump out on you on the way and just crash into you straight away. No ifs, no buts. But she's otherwise she's in the same nick as she was when I left. Couple of rusty doors, couple of rusty wings, couple of rusty arches. Nothing major, nothing show-stopping. All the lights still work, all the electrics still work. The hazard buttons have gone a bit funny. That's about it, really. The clock's still right. It's on time. About to change it with daylight savings, but it's all correct and working. So, can't really fault it. So let's go see if the weather will hold up enough to go and change this oil. So what's the plans? Just keep driving it, really. The MOT runs out in April. I don't think it might struggle to get through another one, maybe if some of the rust has got a bit worse over the last year. But I'll just keep driving it. I've got no intention of getting rid of it. If it fails the MOT, I'll probably just park it up until I get around to doing the rust repairs. But yeah, I mean, that's the plans. Just keep driving it. Just keep going. I've still got my walkie-talkie in here. Like. Just keep going with it. It's just such a lovely, lovely little car to drive. So plucky. And it just wants to keep going and going and going. It boosts really well. I mean, there's the famous Renault 19 1.9 turbo diesel turbo lag that everyone talks about, but it just keeps going and just keeps boosting. So what can I say? Not much more I can say. Hopefully that's just a little bit of an update. And here's a couple of snippets from our latest road trip that we took. Enjoy.